or to become a Vaishnava is very important culture in the human form of life. Vaishnava means a person who worships the personal form, the personality form of the Supreme Lord. That is a Vaishnava. And a person who worships Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, is another name of the Supreme Lord. And a person who worships Lord Vishnu in his personal form can be regarded as a Vaishnava. So these are some of the different aspects of Vaishnava and Vaishnavism.
Maybe we can talk now about Madhurya. Because I read that.
Is this off?
No.
I'm said about Radharani's position. So in the Vaishnava tradition, that Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Well, sometimes he has his internal expansions, internal energy, and Radharani is the supreme internal potency of the Supreme Lord in his lila, in his pastime. So therefore you can say that in the Vaishnava tradition, Radharani plays very important role in Krishna lila. But he is actually the internal, she is actually the internal potency of the Supreme Lord. So, so the highest, therefore, form of understanding of the Supreme Lord is actually through the internal potency of Krishna himself. That means through Radharani. So this is called in the Madhurya, means this devotional, loving relationship with the Radharani, the pastimes of Radharani and the Krishna, in that connection. So this is called Madhurya Lila. Therefore, in the Vaishnava, you get this devotional ecstasy or this understanding by approaching Radharani, Srimati Radhika, with the pleasure potency of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna himself. And so therefore, right now we are in Radhakund. Radhakund, which is the Radharani is very wonderful pastime here, and so therefore many Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, especially during the season, during this very important, wonderful season, come to Radhakund and Samkund to do this special service, seva, to remember the Radharani's pastimes and to associate with the Vaishnavas and the Vaishnavis in the holy dham. So this therefore this type of lila is the highlights of the Vaishnava tradition. In the Vaishnava culture, these connect the relationship between Srimati Radhika and the Krishna in this very intimate relationship is a very important principle in the Vaishnava theology. And therefore, all the Vaishnavas and the Vaishnavis, they try to get this pastime, this lila, enter into their ears or into their thought. So therefore, they all come here and they try to remember what Radharani did and what are our activities and how she could produce all these inconceivable, let's say, madhurya, this rush in connection to serving Krishna. So this is realized by the devotees, Vaishnavas and the Vaishnavis, so much that once one enters into this villa or this culture, then one is completely beyond any material tinge of connection. One is completely beyond another realm. Purely in the spiritual, in the transcendental realm. There, you see, there's no the material conception, and everything is in the spiritual world, spiritual conception, and a spiritual understanding, spiritual realization. So this is a whole realm of reality. It's called the transcendental reality. Now people talk about reality, but this type of reality cannot be experienced by ordinary people. But when one enters into the transcendental, this realm or transcendental region, then by the blessings of Radha and Lord Krishna, that one can actually have the experience and the understanding of the existence of this reality. So in this way, in the Vaishnava community, the advanced devotees of the Lord, so therefore they enter into this arena, and then they become completely, they get unlimited, ecstasy and the happiness beyond measure. And so in this way, they get a glimpse of the transcendental world. And so this is what the Vaishnavas always long for, that then developing called the Prema Bhakti. Prema Bhakti means pure devotional. It's a relationship, understanding of the Supreme Lord. So in this way, a Vaishnava and the Vaishnavi feels that he or she gets the perfection of life. And so this is how the end result of the devotional life. Of course, it's always increasing in the Madhura Ras, and in this, so there's no limit. It is unlimited, and so therefore, by developing this the pure devotional culture, or this pure devotional service, that one will be able to experience, these areas of ecstasy, devotional ecstasy, and then one will be able to experience that as coming to this world. When one gets that type of experience, then one gets fulfillment, and so this is beyond any material conception, and so therefore one gets perfectly happy. One is fully joyful, and then there's no in such situation, such an individual is beyond any, let's say, material tinge of connection, is beyond matter. So in this way, the devotional life, when it reaches its this highest stage of understanding, and he or she gets this type of experience. Right now we are sitting here in this is called Sri Gopalji Mandir in Radhakund. So this temple was established by the king of Manipur. His name was Chorachand Maharaj. Chorachand Maharaj was, so this temple is about, so it will be around 100, say over 150 years old, this temple. So traditionally in Manipur, so Manipur was a small independent kingdom before 1947. It was in a small independent country. But this country was ruled by kings, generations of kings. And our Guru Maharaj Prabhupada says that this Vaishnava kingdom is called the Vaishnava kingdom in Manipur. So has been existing, since Pandava's time. That was about more than 5,000 years ago. So the generations of kings ruled this small kingdom. It's called Himalayan kingdom, because tail end of the Himalayan mountain range. So these kings, so many kings, so they were all Vaishnavas kings. So Vaishnava kings, generally they also followed the Vaishnava philosophy. They worshipped Lord Krishna as the Supreme Lord, and our daily life, day-to-day life, so they always follow this Vaishnava culture, worshipping Lord Krishna, and in day-to-day life, even when they go to the war, to the battlefield, they pray for the blessings of Lord Krishna. So in this way, the small kingdom of Manipur was ruled by generations of kings. So this king, during the early part of the 19th century, he was here. He ruled Manipur, and so when these kings became old, so they either stay in, they come either spend their last days either in Vrindavan or in Radhakund. Also in Navadip, some of them spend their lives in Navadip. This is in Bengal. But Vrindavan and Radhakund, there were many kings that came to here, and they also built temples. So that they generally spend their last days. They always passed away here, in this holy dhams. So in that, so Josan Maharaj, so he came here, and so he built this temple. And so there's a very interesting story about him. He was a great devotee, and even he said this Radhakund and Samkund, the pavements, the parikrama mark, that means when we walk around, he said it was also laid by him, stones, footwork. And one time, it was noted that one time there was one crocodile in Radhakund in his time. And the crocodile, because this crocodile, what happened was that when the old ladies, because to take a dip in Radhakund is regarded as very holy. So you consider that many old ladies, sometimes young and old, they come and sometimes take a dip. So when some of the old ladies took a dip, so this crocodile was, eating, because therefore the ladies lost their life. And when the king, Sarasan Maharaj, in his time, when he noticed that, this crocodile is doing these things, so he decided that he must kill this crocodile. Yeah, this happened. This is a real story. And so the water was drained out from Radhakund, and then finally, he killed this crocodile by shooting with a gun, because he was a king. And so the Brajavasis means those who are residing in Radhakund area, they are called the Brajavasis. So these Brajadham, like Vrindavan and Radhakund, so this is a line of Braja. So these Brajavasis made a protest that it is not why you kill this, and this is not an ordinary soul. Although it's a crocodile, but this is a great soul, but it is a great offense that to kill, it's a crocodile. Then the king said, I am born as a Kshatriya. Kshatriya means administrative class. So the duty of the people in the administrative class is to protect the innocent, like the children, the women, the old age, old people. So, but this crocodile is giving trouble to, the old ladies and the innocent people. So therefore, as a duty of a king, so I killed him. So in this way, the Brajavasis were satisfied. But then, he had to do the rituals. So the crocodile was cremated as a great soul, with the proper rituals, with the Vedic rituals. So being guided by the Brajavasis.